Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to another. We've really got to improve the introductions.
Yeah,
it's just like
our introductions
hello.
aren't good.
It's like we've been caught off guard.
We've just had an argument because before we got on air about the fact that I can't write the letter V. Apparently, it looks more like a U.
Our guest director had a problem with that.
He said, "What's this then? Us? No, it's versus."
We've put him closer to the mic this time. So Pete, do you want to just
on popular demand? This was.
Good evening, everybody.
So you should be able to hear him a little bit better now. And his job is to make people laugh. And he will be doing that today. Welcome to Wealthy Minds Decoded. My name is Manish Bindi.
And I'm Andy Shaw.
And today's going to be another great show. Thanks for following us, by the way, guys. We really, when we started this, it was an evolution of the chats that we have over lunch. And I think, I know that everyone's getting a lot of value out of them. And that really keeps us going. So thanks for that. And make sure you...
Please keep your comments coming. Yeah, because it inspires us to... do stuff.
To do more, talk more. That's really cool. And
nice mug, mate.
This is just ridiculous, by the way. This is what happens when you say, Andy, can I get a glass of water?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Right, this is what happens. Anyway, so today we're going to have a really good show. We're talking about one of the fundamental problems that there is between a rich, wealthy mindset and a poor mindset in part one.
It carries throughout the show.
And actually the theme of the show is that this is so fundamental and it separates poor people from the super wealthy that can keep going and keep their trajectory for success keep increasing. So let's part
over
one.
to the director.
Okay, good evening everybody again. Tonight we're going to discuss talking about people versus talking about ideas.
This is so important.
Go on then.
Oh, right, okay then. I thought you were going to fill in there, obviously.
No,
the brain hasn't kicked in yet.
I can fill in, but if I talk...
Then I won't need to.
Well, no, exactly. Nobody's going to really listen to it. So it's a case of let's let you talk a bit this time.
Okay, cool. Whatever makes you feel good.
Everything makes me feel good, mate.
I really didn't want to know that. Did you?
I've got a wealthy
Did you guys want to know that at all? No, right. So, talking about people versus talking about ideas, what we find is people who are in a spiral, a negative spiral, and are stuck in a poor mindset, generally tend to talk about other people, other people's aspirations, other people's flaws, other people's strategies, everything about other people. Whereas people that are wealthy talk about ideas of how to increase their business, ideas of how to impact the world, ideas of how to change lives as a result of them being alive. And this is a key fundamental thing, because something that I said earlier, we were doing an interview on Kylie Nation's Think Big business show, so check that out also at her website, which is kylienation.com, I believe. And so something that came across there was, when you're in sync, to create immense wealth, you need to be in sync with the natural laws of the world. And when you're in sync with the natural laws of the world, you're not going to worry about anybody else, because you are in the zone.
You're doing it.
You're doing it. You're there, and the laws of the world or the universe, however you want to call it, are carrying you forward with that full inspiration. So when you see someone talking about people more than they are talking about ideas of progression, you know they're not in sync with the natural laws of the universe, and therefore they're probably not creating wealth at the rate that they should be.
It's not just that. It's the case of you can look at when you're talking.
I have to hold this mug like this. This is ridiculous.
You can look at, thank you. You can look at when you're talking and observe your own comments. See what you're talking about. If you're talking about other people and if you're talking about stuff, then why not have a go at talking about ideas, about things like that. What you're doing is you're elevating your level of awareness. Yep. And as you start to talk about ideas, I've got an idea for this. The problem is most people don't, because it's a case of it's like crabs in a bucket. You have people with a poor mindset don't want people talking about ideas because it's scary. It scares them. So it's a case of you just bring it out gently, and you'll find that by you talking about, we're coming on to that, but by you talking about these ideas, it's a case of you're
opening yourself up.
Yeah, you're opening yourself up to a lot more, which we're going to cover in the second section. Don't want to jump straight onto that, but by watching what's going on around you, by watching the conversations you're having and that sort of thing, as you're having the conversation, just I say to people, just keep a little bit inside and watch yourself, watch the conversation you're having, rather than be involved in the conversation 100%, keep a little 5-10% back and just observe it. And as you observe it, see how much you're talking about people and how much you're talking about stuff, right? And then try and look at it from a point of view of, well, hang on a minute, is this moving me forward or is this keeping me where I am? Because stuff and people will keep you where you are. Don't get me wrong, we talk about Ferraris and Lamborghinis when you've got oodles of money to spend and that sort of thing. But we were on Carly's show this morning, and in there it's a case of I didn't actually think about buying a Lamborghini until I, well past I've made my first few million. It was like all of a sudden my business partner said to me, well, what are you going to buy with all this money? That was the first time I thought about stuff. I had not thought about stuff beforehand because, well, I'm having too much fun talking about the ideas, making the ideas work.
Yeah, and I think that's I think we summed that up pretty well right there. It's not hard, guys. You just got to look at, if you're in sync with the natural laws of the world, which is to help people and provide value, you will be naturally inspired. You won't find the need to talk about anyone else or anything like that.
This isn't saying don't talk about stuff or anything like that. What it's saying is just observe how much of your time you're talking about other people.
It's actually it's the energy that you come to it with, right? That's what screws people up.
It's like we talk about people, and it's a case of, God, if this person, if they could just change their idea slightly on that, they could really reel it in their business and that sort of thing. Because we're inspired by watching other people and just little tweaks and that sort of thing. So we look for ways to try and seed in ideas so it draws it out of them. So we talk about people as well, but we're looking at it from a point of view of trying to help them. We're not interested in talking about people to give them a good hiding. There's no benefit for us.
And we're actually looking at it from a very self-interest point of view, because that you can learn a lot from failure, right? So if somebody who has a bad mindset, we can learn a lot. And prevent ourselves.
Exactly. You look at their mindset and go, well, what are they doing wrong? Well, okay, we'll look at why they're doing it wrong and that sort of thing. Okay, well, how am I doing that wrong? Am I doing any of that as well? And it's a case of, by looking at it, you look to people, and if you're going to talk about people, it's a case of you've got to see what the benefit is to apply in your life. If you're just talking about it like a soap opera, just to take up airspace, well, you're going to create a big fat nothing. That's just
you're going to create a soap opera, which is why most people's lives have drama in them, and I just don't.
Yeah, I just don't subscribe to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's important. Let's move on to part 2, which is what you can do once you have this concept
you
of
Pete about it.
You're
just going to scoot straight in.
Segueing in. Just relax.
That was a segue, was it?
Yeah. Oh. Right. So part 2 is something that you can that we're going to talk about. Something that we're going to talk about, which is as a result of cultivating what we talked in part 1. So
thank you for that brilliant segue there.
Well, thank you.
If you guys had just not been looking at me, it would have been perfect.
Well, thank you for not forgetting me, Manesh. I do appreciate you want me off the show. I've heard these rumours, and there's a jealousy brewing in you. I can feel
there is. I want to be the director. I want to make people laugh.
Well, I'm sorry, that's not possible unless you want to stand up and swear. But barring that, I think you guys need to pick up now and actually talk about creating a mastermind.
Yeah. So.
Okay. This is a byproduct.
Yeah.
Of talking about ideas.
Natural byproduct.
This is how it works. This is how success is created. What happens is, as you talk about ideas and that sort of thing, you're aligning yourself to the idea. I can't remember which great expert said this, but it was a case of, success isn't something you go and get. Success is something you tune into. And this is what's creating a mastermind. So as you talk about your ideas, you're tuning into a mindset. And literally, there are other people out there. It's like, people I get to work with. And their ideas are aligned with mine. So we find each other. And it's a case of you create around you a mastermind of people that help you attain your desires.
Yeah.
It's a byproduct of you talking about ideas. It's just how it works. I can't define it for you. I suppose there is a scientific explanation, but all I'm saying is, if you do this, you will find these people. Your work, if you like, is to define which of them are just people who can give an opinion, and which of them are people who can give counsel. It's like I take this man's counsel on a number of things, and there's loads of things I wouldn't take his opinion on because it's rubbish. There's a load of stuff which is excellent stuff. Well, maybe not a load, but there's a bit.
Finished?
Come to think
Fantastic.
of it, why is Manesh here at all?
Now you come to mention it. Good point. Carry on, mate.
Finish, guys?
Finish now.
Fantastic.
Sorry, Manesh.
He's the director. We could
What with
fire
letting
him,
down
couldn't
the
we?
tyres on your car this morning and that remark, I feel awful now.
Right. So regarding the mastermind principle, why it's so powerful and why I believe on a spiritual level that this happens is when you're in tune and you're inspired and you're talking about ideas, you're in tune with the natural way of the world and you're in tune with the natural laws of the universe. And what happens then is the universe is going to conspire to make that come to fruition and give you all the resources and everything that you need to make that come to fruition. How come, for example, Richard Branson, I was talking at a seminar where Richard Branson was talking too, and I got to ask him a question. And the question that I asked him was, how do you manage 300 different companies and still go and have a swim and lie on the beach, which in his beach, most of the time? How do you do that? And he said, well, you want to create a vision, find someone, make your vision that person's life mission, and let them get on with it. And what this does, this shows the power of attracting the right people. He's effortlessly attracted the right people once he cultivated the strong and powerful vision that he wanted to create. As soon as he had that, the people came into place. 300 companies later, and it's the same rule.
You don't struggle to find somebody; they come to you. You know, my uncle told me when I was 13. He said, "Don't worry, the people you're missing these key skills. Don't worry, people are out there who've got these key skills, and they'll come to you. All you have to do is keep your eyes open and look for them, and they'll have a sign on their heads." Sure enough, they did. Yeah. Everyone has a sign on their head for me. You know, it's a case of this person can help me. You know, it's a case of it's aligning my mind because I'm looking to create something, and it's a case of I'm always talking about ideas. You know, I find it very difficult to have conversations just about stuff because to me it's a case of I want to talk about ideas. I want to see about how can we get this to work. You know, what about if we did this? You know, that's what I love chatting about because it's fun to me.
Yeah, this is why I think both of our groups of friends, even though there's a huge age gap.
Huge age gap. Is that as a gap, is it?
I think
it's
he
a
said crap. Age crap.
Age gap, right?
Well,
we both had the
on.
let's
experience.
Let's
not talk about that, but you did say age crap. I'm sure.
That's right. We'll edit that out, right?
Anyway, even though there's a huge age gap, we've both had the same experiences
huge,
with our.
Is it?
So you're too old, right?
It's
we've had
maturity and immaturity, as you can clearly see.
We've had the same. Yeah, they can really see how mature you are with that comment precisely. Right. There is. We've had so many similarities with the people that we can actually get along with. And that proves that age and all this stuff is just rubbish. You know, I see a lot of people who say, you know, I don't know that many people my age who can help me with this. And that's a limiting factor that you're setting on yourself. Who cares? Age is nothing. Yeah. Even though there's such a big age gap here, we've had the same experiences with our friends groups, right? And that means that they're just not in line with our visions. So we've naturally been attracted, and our minds have been attracted to each other to work on our visions. And that's what creating the mastermind element is about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's important. Now, we're going to move on to a case study element if we can do it without Peter. I think he's getting too cocky, you know that, by people saying that he's doing well. He's getting a little bit too cocky.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's feeling a bit confident.
Bit too confident today. So we're going to talk about the case study now.
You want to move on already? Because the show's rather fast
we've answered
today,
it. If you don't think we've answered something, you can say to us, you haven't answered this, guys. And ask us which point, and we'll cover that.
So you want to move on to the hairy chestnut right now? Yeah? Okay.
Chestnut, right.
Okay. Well, it's that part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, where we go on to talking about a personal friend or somebody we'd like to run down in particular. And this poor guy's...
He clearly does not get what we talked about in the first...
An ex-friend of Andy and Manesh. And they would like now to diss this guy, to run him down publicly, and obviously to make this person feel borderline suicidal. So, it's that part of the show.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction there.
Yeah, it's
so helpful. It's so helpful.
The rule is either watch the show or we'll diss you. It's as simple as that.
Yes, if you know us, you better be on the show watching it. Then we won't be able to diss you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You first?
No, go for it.
Well, I don't know how to start, so you first.
So we're talking about this case study. And
That was it. That was the start.
That was the start.
Thank you. Right.
He already gave a pretty good introduction there, did
Right,
you know?
okay. This particular person has got a great skill set. You know, his skill set is probably, in his field, top 5 in the world.
It's vital. It's just...
I mean, it's a skill set which is very, very clever. You know, it's like one of these people who's like very, very clever at this stuff, right? And he understands so many technical aspects of it, but he can't roll it. He should be he should be the name at the top of everybody's list.
The go-to person.
The go-to person, right? But he's not. He is for a small group of people, but he isn't for the size, the sort of group he should be. Because what's going on is he's got these bugs in his mind, and what's happening is he is creating. I haven't finished. This guy is. I know you didn't interrupt me, but I've forgotten to say part of the thing. Because, right?
Hold on. Did we just get on camera Andy Shaw with the bug-free man talking to himself? That's exactly.
I'd love to
yourself,
comment, but I've just wet myself.
I talk to myself because I get a decent conversation that way. If I wanted a boring conversation.
Oxygen! Somebody give me oxygen!
Anyway.
Andy Shaw has Tourette's.
This particular person also is a brilliant networker.
Stay on focus. Don't interrupt Andy.
Thank you, Pete.
He'll do it himself.
He's a brilliant networker who's able to get, literally, you could just chat to people, bring in, get to the very top of the people in the industry, but he can't convert it to money. So I started to observe this person because I looked at it and thought, what's going on here? You know, he's got a skill set that is masterful. He is connected to everybody. Why is he not rich? So I started to look at him, and I chatted with him a couple of times, and it was so clear to see what the problem was. He was talking about people. He wasn't talking about ideas. He so felt that he didn't deserve the success that he was creating failure. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't 100% failure. He was still making a bit of money.
He wanted success based on other people's perception of success that he had.
Yeah.
Right. It's like me saying, like, I want to do a business deal with Jay-Z. Right. And it's like me saying, I want to become successful because of look at what Jay-Z has. Bam, bam, bam. Listing that out and resenting Jay-Z for that.
Yeah.
And that's how most people are going to try and create success in this person in particular.
Yeah, it's really a case of they're not. They're holding. He's holding back his own ability because he's creating not a mastermind group of. Because he's got a mastermind group of the world's best. He's better than most of the world's best. I don't agree with that. I think he hasn't got a mastermind group of them. He's got access to them. Yes.
To create a mastermind.
Yes,
but currently he's got a mastermind of losers.
Yeah. It's bang on. So the problem is that but he doesn't know that he's the reason he's not successful yet. And he looks at it and goes, well, I don't understand why this isn't working. He literally says that, And he said, I don't understand why this isn't working. It's like, well, it isn't working because you don't think you deserve success. You think that you deserve to not be successful, but then part of you, so he's got a complete dichotomy going on where part of him
wants to be successful, but he doesn't expect it.
But he doesn't expect it. And I've said this in investing, I've said it in business. You cannot go into business, you cannot go into investing unless you expect success. Unless you expect and demand success. It's a case of to me, it's like, how can I reel this in? How can I reel this in? I'm always looking to learn something and then reel it in. But what this guy's doing is he's looking to perpetuate where he is, and because he doesn't think he deserves to get to the next level.
And I also think his version of success is just people talking about him very nicely. Rather than the actual money manifesting.
Yeah.
And Wayne Dyer says this right. You cannot create anything unless you expect of yourself whatever you want to create. Right? It's as simple as that. And something that I said on the interview that we did with Kylie earlier, which was, the most important, the biggest asset that you can have beyond the successful business, beyond the successful mindset, beyond everything else, is the expectation of money being there when you want it, in whatever sums that you want it. Because once you have that expectation, you'll attract the right mindset, you'll attract the right people, you'll attract the right situation, and all that stuff will happen for you. But if you don't expect it, and this guy just has a dichotomy of, like you said, you know, he wants to be successful, he doesn't expect it. Because his version of...
And he doesn't think he deserves it.
Yeah, and
he doesn't expect it because he doesn't think he deserves it.
Yeah, and his version of success is, you know, people talk nicely about me. So therefore, guess what he's got? People talking nicely about him.
Well, if that's what you want, well done. And funnily enough, it's like, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in results. Results, results, results. I only want results. You know, it's a case of, to me, everything I've done is all about getting the end result and having a damn good time as I do it. You know, I can't change. It's not my right to change what other people think about me, what their opinions are. It's not my right to get involved. It's my right though to deserve to deserve success. I deserve success because I demand it. Yeah, I expect it. You know, and it's a case of, guess what? Success keeps showing up. So it's like, well, why did that happen? Because I demanded it, because I deserved it, because I desired it, because I decided exactly where I wanted to go. And the problem is, this guy doesn't know where he wants to go, doesn't think he deserves it, doesn't expect success, and guess what? Doesn't get anywhere, doesn't get the success.
In fact, he gets success by his own rules. He doesn't get success in the way that he wants it. Yeah. Because he doesn't expect that of himself.
But he does get more of wanting the success.
But he gets more of wanting the success. He gets more of the public adulation and less of the money, which leaves him wanting more of the money.
Yeah.
And happy in the public adulation.
So what turning this around to if you're trying to get your mindset to expect success, you've got to cultivate yourself to a state of mind where it's a case of, look, this is a done deal. This is happening because I know where I want to go. The thing is, it's a case of, we've got a project we're working on at the moment, and this project, it's a case of, we sent a gift to somebody on this particular project. Well, we didn't, he did. And the idea was we were cultivating a successful, sorry, I'm floundering here. We were cultivating a successful state of mind that this would just keep going until we succeeded. We weren't in any rush to have this succeed. It was like, no, this is a done deal.
Yeah.
This is happening. This is done. And it's a case of the success will just happen.
We just expect it to happen. So therefore, our only biggest this is the thing. We expect success to show up. Therefore, our only biggest challenge is in the way that it shows up.
Exactly. So it's a case of, but we're always open to a greater manifestation than what we've expected.
It's like I expect success. Right? Should I mention these in this show?
Yeah.
So we sent a gift, and then it resulted in another opportunity showing up, just because I expect opportunities to show up. So this right here, I like cigars for those people that know me or now will. And this is a box of a travel humidor of cigars that we sent to someone. But the special thing about these cigars is that they're handmade, and these are the only world's gold leaf cigars, Gold for Life, Menesh Bindi, gold leaf cigars out there. Pretty nice, right?
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I'm not a cigar. I don't smoke cigars, but I love the smell of them.
So what out of doing this, right, for another project, the company has just approached me and said, why don't we make Menesh Bindi Gold for Life signature gold cigars? So we're in the middle of setting up a deal now where this box will be shipped out. You'll be able to buy Menesh Bindi signature gold cigars. Make sure you get them. Best smoke in the world. There we go. Salesman.
Don't worry, they're only $200 a cigar.
It's $1,000 a box.
Five.
It's $1,000 a box, but they're the best cigars in the world, and they're gold, real gold leaf. It's not just any other crap that you see on other stuff. And they're gonna put a simple, a simple brass plaque here, and they're gonna customize it. They're gonna do everything. All I've got to do is smoke the cigars, and people will buy them, and the company will handle everything, right? But that opportunity got attracted because we've got a certain vision, a certain focus, and suddenly opportunities just show up.
Yeah, exactly. You know, okay, didn't do a brilliant explanation of it, but he's
You
but he's quite
explain.
right. The opportunity has showed up because he's expecting other things to happen. He expects more opportunity to occur, and another opportunity on top of the one he was already doing has occurred. This is having your mind aligned to expect success. The friend we were talking about.
So make sure, by the way, you go and smoke my cigars. I just wanted to say that. I'll tell you why. This is really funny, actually, because a long time ago, Jay-Z actually
You
set
saying
up,
it's funny doesn't actually make it funny.
No, it's funny in my head, right? I already know that. Jay-Z set up a cigar line a long time ago. So I had it in the back of my head, and I said, I want a cigar line. And so suddenly, without just letting go of that intention and just continuing to do things, it manifested. So I'll have Minesh Bindi cigars. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool. That is
pretty
cool, you know.
I don't know if we're licensed to promote tobacco products, guys, but you carry on.
Minesh Bindi cigars will extend your life.
Think of all the health benefits.
Oh, man.
Cool. Are we? Is there any more?
Did you want to make any other comments?
No, I
No?
think we've
Okay, cool.
dissed the person enough. He'll have no idea it's us who's. It was him, so that's good. I think we've managed to skate around the surface of danger and get away with it.
Yeah, right. So thanks, guys, and thank you, Pete, again, for those brilliant comments. Thanks for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave. I know you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave your comments under the blog post for this episode, and let us know if there's anything else that you want us to analyze for you, help you with. You don't have to leave your real names. Just go and be anonymous about it, and then we'll answer that in an upcoming show.
Cool.
So thanks very much. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.